In the heart of the ancient world, where the sun-baked sands whispered tales of gods and pharaohs, lay a realm shrouded in mystery and wonder. The Duat. Imagine, if you will, a star-studded sky reflected upon the inky waters of an endless river, a celestial Nile flowing not through the land of the living, but through the shadowy domain of the afterlife. This is the Duat, the Egyptian underworld, a place of trials, transformations, and eternal rebirth. Every night, as the sun god Ra completed his earthly journey, he would embark on an even more perilous voyage through this realm, navigating the treacherous currents in his solar bark, the night boat. The journey through the Duat was not merely a passage, but a profound ordeal, a cosmic battle against the forces of chaos and darkness. Each hour of the night brought new challenges, new adversaries, and new landscapes, all meticulously detailed in the ancient texts and depicted in the vibrant art that adorned the tombs of pharaohs. These texts, such as the Book of the Dead, the Book of Duat, and the Book of Gates, serve as guidebooks for the deceased, providing spells, incantations, and knowledge necessary to navigate the perils of the underworld and ultimately achieve eternal life. They are not just stories, but intricate maps of the spiritual realm, reflecting the Egyptians' deep-seated belief in the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The night boat, also known as the bark of Ra, was no ordinary vessel. It was a divine craft, imbued with the power of the sun god himself, and manned by a crew of deities and protectors. These celestial beings, each with their own unique roles and responsibilities, worked tirelessly to ensure Ra's safe passage through the Duat. Among them were Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, who recorded the events of the night; Isis, the goddess of magic and motherhood, who used her powers to protect Ra from harm; and Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship, who represented the triumph of good over evil. The journey was fraught with danger, as the night boat faced constant threats from monstrous creatures and malevolent spirits, all seeking to prevent Ra from completing his journey and plunging the world into eternal darkness. At the forefront of these adversaries was Apophis, the serpent of chaos, a primordial being of immense power and malice. Apophis embodied the forces of destruction and disorder, constantly striving to disrupt the cosmic balance and engulf the world in darkness. Every night, as the night boat traversed the Duat, Apophis would launch his attacks, attempting to capsize the vessel, swallow Ra whole, or otherwise thwart his progress. The battles between Ra and Apophis were epic struggles, cosmic clashes between light and darkness, order and chaos. These battles were not merely symbolic. They were believed to be essential for the continued existence of the world, ensuring the daily return of the sun and the renewal of life. Imagine the scene: the night boat, illuminated by the radiant glow of Ra's solar disk, cutting through the inky blackness of the Duat. On board, the deities stand vigilant, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of danger. Suddenly, the water begins to churn, and a monstrous serpent rises from the depths, its eyes burning with hatred and its jaws dripping with venom. Apophis has arrived, and the battle begins. The deities unleash their powers, casting spells, wielding weapons, and chanting incantations to repel the serpent's attacks. Ra, at the helm of the night boat, focuses his divine energy, summoning the power of the sun to weaken Apophis and drive him back into the darkness. The clash is fierce and unrelenting, a cosmic ballet of light and shadow, power and resistance. The ancient Egyptians believed that the journey through the Duat was not just a myth, but a reflection of the human experience. Just as Ra faced trials and tribulations in the underworld, so too must mortals confront their own challenges and fears in the journey of life. The Duat represented the inner landscape of the human psyche, a realm of hidden depths and transformative potential. By understanding the symbolism and mythology of the Duat, the Egyptians sought to gain insight into the nature of existence and the path to eternal life. The elaborate funerary rituals, the intricate tomb decorations, and the sacred texts were all designed to guide the deceased through the underworld and ensure their successful rebirth into the afterlife. Consider the elaborate preparations that went into ensuring a pharaoh's safe passage through the Duat. The pharaoh's body would be mummified, a process that took 70 days and involved removing the internal organs, drying the body with natron salt, and wrapping it in layers of linen bandages. Amulets and protective charms were placed within the wrappings to ward off evil spirits and ensure the body's preservation. The mummified body was then placed in a series of nested coffins, each adorned with intricate paintings and inscriptions depicting scenes from the afterlife. These coffins were not merely containers. They were symbolic representations of the pharaoh's journey through the Duat, providing a safe and secure vessel for his transformation. The tomb itself was designed as a microcosm of the Duat, a labyrinthine complex of chambers and corridors filled with treasures, provisions, and magical objects. The walls were covered in elaborate paintings and hieroglyphic inscriptions, depicting scenes from the Book of the Dead, the Book of Duat, and other funerary texts. These images and texts served as a visual and spiritual guide for the deceased, providing them with the knowledge and power necessary to navigate the underworld. The treasures and provisions were intended to sustain the pharaoh in the afterlife, ensuring that he had everything he needed to live comfortably in the realm of the gods. And the magical objects, such as shabtis, small figurines that would perform labor on the pharaoh's behalf, were designed to protect him from harm and assist him in his journey. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Duat is its ever-changing landscape. Each hour of the night brought new challenges and new environments, reflecting the cyclical nature of time and the transformative power of the underworld. In the Book of Duat, which means that which is in the underworld, the Duat is divided into 12 hours, each with its own unique characteristics and inhabitants. The first hour is a realm of darkness and mystery, where Ra begins his descent into the underworld. The second hour is a fiery landscape, where Ra battles against monstrous serpents and demons. The third hour is a watery realm, where RA navigates through treacherous currents and encounters benevolent deities. And so on. Through each of the 12 hours, RA faces new trials and tribulations, ultimately emerging triumphant in the 12th hour, ready to be reborn as the sun god of the new day. Imagine the scene in the 4th hour of the night. Ra's night boat enters a vast cavern, its walls lined with the mummified bodies of the deceased. These are the souls of those who have passed on, awaiting their judgment in the afterlife. As the night boat passes through the cavern, the souls stir and whisper, their voices echoing through the darkness. Some are filled with hope, eager to face their judgment and enter the realm of eternal bliss. Others are filled with fear, dreading the consequences of their earthly actions. RA, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, offers them solace and guidance, reassuring them that even in the darkest of realms, there is always hope for redemption. This scene highlights the Egyptians' belief in the importance of moral conduct and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. The 5th hour of the Duat presents a particularly challenging obstacle, a lake of fire, guarded by fearsome demons. These demons, armed with flaming swords and whips, seek to prevent RA from crossing the lake and continuing his journey. RA, however, is not deterred. He summons his divine powers, creating a magical bridge of light that spans the fiery lake. As the night boat crosses the bridge, the demons unleash their attacks, but RA and his crew are protected by a shield of divine energy. This scene symbolizes the trials and tribulations that mortals must face in their own lives, and the importance of courage, faith, and perseverance in overcoming adversity. It's a potent reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles, we can find the strength to carry on. The 6th hour marks a turning point in Ra's journey. In this hour, he merges with the body of Osiris, the god of the dead, symbolizing the union of life and death, light and darkness. This union is essential for Ra's rebirth, as it allows him to draw upon the power of the underworld and emerge stronger than ever before. The merging of RA and Osiris is a profound symbol of the cyclical nature of existence, the eternal dance of creation and destruction. It reminds us that death is not an end, but a transition, a necessary part of the cycle of life. As RA continues his journey through the remaining hours of the Duat, he encounters a variety of other challenges and wonders. He battles against monstrous creatures, navigates through treacherous landscapes, and interacts with benevolent deities. In the 11th hour, he enters a realm of darkness and silence, where he must confront his own fears and doubts. And in the 12th hour, he emerges triumphant, reborn as the sun god of the new day, ready to bring light and life back to the world. The completion of Ra's journey through the Duat is a cause for celebration, a symbol of hope and renewal. It reminds us that even after the darkest of nights, the sun will always rise again. The symbolism of the night boat extends beyond the journey of RA. It also represents the journey of the deceased through the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed that after death, the soul would embark on its own journey through the Duat, facing similar trials and tribulations as RA. The Book of the Dead, with its spells and incantations, was designed to guide the deceased through this journey, providing them with the knowledge and power necessary to overcome the obstacles and achieve eternal life. The night boat, therefore, is not just a symbol of Ra's journey, but also a symbol of the human journey through death and rebirth. Consider the parallels between Ra's journey and the challenges we face in our own lives. We all encounter obstacles, setbacks, and moments of darkness. We all have our own personal demons to battle, our own fears and doubts to confront. But just as RA perseveres through the Duat, so too can we persevere through our own trials. By drawing upon our inner strength, our faith, and our connections with others, we can overcome adversity and emerge stronger than ever before. The story of the night boat is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the power of hope, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. The concept of the Duat and the night boat also offers a fascinating glimpse into the ancient Egyptian worldview. The Egyptians believed that the universe was governed by a delicate balance between order and chaos, light and darkness. The journey of RA through the Duat was essential for maintaining this balance, ensuring the continued existence of the world. This belief in cosmic balance is reflected in many aspects of Egyptian culture, from their art and architecture to their religious beliefs and social structures. The pyramids, for example, were designed to align with the stars, symbolizing the connection between the earthly realm and the celestial realm. And the pharaohs were considered to be divine rulers, responsible for maintaining order and harmony in the land. The Duat, therefore, is not just a mythological realm, but a reflection of the Egyptians' deep-seated belief in the interconnectedness of all things. The legacy of the Duat and the night boat continues to resonate today, inspiring artists, writers, and spiritual seekers around the world. The imagery of the underworld, the battles between light and darkness, and the journey of transformation continue to captivate our imaginations and offer us profound insights into the nature of existence. Whether we view the Duat as a literal place, a symbolic representation of the human psyche, or a metaphor for the challenges we face in our lives, its enduring power lies in its ability to inspire us to confront our fears, embrace our potential, and strive for a brighter future. The story of a night boat is a timeless tale of courage, resilience, and the eternal quest for light in the face of darkness. A story that continues to illuminate our path as we navigate our own journeys through the underworld of life. The Duat, with its mysteries and wonders, remains a potent symbol of the transformative power of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and renewal are always possible. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the image of a night boat, sailing through the star-studded waters of the Duat, carry you away to a realm of dreams and possibilities, where anything is possible and the journey never ends. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the image of the night boat, sailing through the star-studded waters of the Duat, carry you away to a realm of dreams and possibilities, where anything is possible and the journey never ends. Imagine the gentle rocking of the boat, the soft lapping of the ethereal waters against its hull, and the comforting glow of the stars above, each a silent witness to Ra's eternal voyage. Feel yourself being lulled into a state of profound relaxation as the anxieties and worries of the day melt away, replaced by a sense of peace and tranquility. Let the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians guide you on your own inner journey as you explore the depths of your own subconscious and discover the hidden treasures that lie within. The Duat, in its essence, is a reflection of our own inner landscape, a realm of shadows and light, of challenges and triumphs. Just as Ra must confront the demons and obstacles that lie in his path, so too must we confront the challenges and obstacles that we face in our own lives. But just as Ra emerges victorious from his nightly ordeal, so too can we emerge stronger and more resilient from our own struggles. The key is to embrace the journey, to accept the darkness as well as the light, and to never give up hope, knowing that even in the darkest of times, renewal and transformation are always possible. Think of the caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, a beautiful metaphor for the journey of self-discovery and the power of change. The caterpillar, confined to its earthly existence, may seem limited in its potential, but within its being lies the seed of transformation, the potential to soar to new heights and experience the world in a completely new way. Similarly, we all have the potential to transform ourselves, to overcome our limitations, and to achieve our dreams, no matter how daunting they may seem. Consider the scientific understanding of sleep and dreams and how it might relate to the ancient Egyptian concept of the Duat. Modern neuroscience suggests that dreams are a product of our brain's activity during sleep, a time when our subconscious mind is free to wander and explore. Dreams can be vivid, bizarre, and often symbolic, reflecting our deepest fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts. In a way, our dreams can be seen as our own personal Duat, a realm of shadows and light where we confront our inner demons and strive for self-understanding. The process of dreaming allows us to process emotions, consolidate memories, and even solve problems, all while we are safely tucked away in the realm of sleep. This aligns surprisingly well with the ancient Egyptian belief that the Duat was a place of transformation and renewal, a place where the soul could be purified and prepared for the afterlife. Just as Ra's journey through the Duat was essential for the continued existence of the world, so too is our nightly journey through the realm of dreams essential for our own mental and emotional well-being. The symbolism inherent in the Duat extends beyond the individual journey and touches upon broader themes of cosmic order and the cyclical nature of existence. The Egyptians viewed the world as a delicate balance between opposing forces, such as light and darkness, order and chaos, life and death. Ra's nightly voyage through the Duat was crucial for maintaining this balance, ensuring that the sun would rise again each morning and that the cycle of life would continue unbroken. This concept of cosmic balance is a recurring theme in many ancient mythologies and philosophies, reflecting a deep-seated human desire to understand the underlying order of the universe. In Chinese philosophy, for example, the concept of yin and yang represents the complementary and interconnected nature of opposing forces, such as darkness and light, female and male, passive and active. Similarly, in Greek mythology, the god Apollo represents order, reason, and light, while the god Dionysus represents chaos, passion, and darkness. The interplay between these opposing forces is seen as essential for the dynamism and vitality of the universe. The Egyptians, through their elaborate mythology surrounding the Duat and Ra's journey, offered their own unique perspective on this universal theme of cosmic balance, emphasizing the importance of confronting darkness and embracing transformation in order to maintain the harmony of the world. Imagine the sheer scale of the ancient Egyptian civilization, the vastness of their temples, the intricacy of their art, and the complexity of their religious beliefs. All of this was built upon a foundation of deep respect for the natural world, a profound understanding of the cycles of life and death, and an unwavering belief in the power of the human spirit. The Duat, as a central element of their mythology, provides a window into this worldview, revealing their fears, their hopes, and their aspirations for immortality. The pyramids, those monumental structures that still stand today as testaments to their ingenuity and ambition, were not merely tombs for the pharaohs, but also symbolic representations of the journey to the afterlife, gateways to the Duat itself. The elaborate rituals and ceremonies that accompanied the pharaoh's death were designed to ensure his safe passage through the underworld and his eventual rebirth into eternal life. Every detail, from the intricate hieroglyphs that adorned the walls of the tombs to the precious objects that were buried alongside the pharaoh, was carefully chosen to aid him on his journey and to protect him from the dangers that lurked within the Duat. Think about the Book of the Dead, a collection of spells, prayers, and incantations that were intended to guide the deceased through the Duat and ensure their successful passage into the afterlife. This ancient text provides invaluable insights into the Egyptian conception of the underworld, revealing the challenges and obstacles that awaited the soul, as well as the rituals and knowledge that were necessary to overcome them. The Book of the Dead is not just a religious text, but also a work of art, filled with beautiful illustrations that depict the various stages of the journey through the Duat, the gods and goddesses who presided over the underworld, and the creatures and demons that posed a threat to the soul. These illustrations offer a vivid and compelling glimpse into the Egyptian imagination, revealing their deep-seated fears and their unwavering belief in the possibility of eternal life. The Book of the Dead serves as a testament to the enduring power of myth and ritual to provide comfort, meaning, and hope in the face of death. The concept of the Duat can also be explored through the lens of Jungian psychology, which views the unconscious mind as a vast and complex realm filled with archetypes, symbols, and hidden potentials. Carl Jung, the founder of analytical psychology, believed that the unconscious mind is not merely a repository of repressed memories and desires, but also a source of creativity, intuition, and spiritual insight. He identified a number of universal archetypes, such as the hero, the shadow, and the anima/animus, which he believed are inherent in the collective unconscious of all humanity. The Duat, with its symbolic landscape and its cast of mythical characters, can be seen as a representation of the unconscious mind, a place where we confront our shadow selves, integrate our opposing tendencies, and strive for psychological wholeness. Ra's journey through the Duat, in this interpretation, becomes a metaphor for the process of individuation, the lifelong journey of self-discovery and self-realization. Just as Ra must overcome the challenges and obstacles that lie in his path, so too must we confront our own inner demons and integrate our shadow selves in order to achieve psychological balance and spiritual growth. The night boat, as a symbol of Ra's journey, can also be interpreted as a metaphor for the human body, a vessel that carries us through the physical world and ultimately transports us to the realm of death. Just as the night boat is vulnerable to the dangers of the Duat, so too is our body vulnerable to the ravages of time, disease, and injury. The Egyptians believed that the preservation of the body was essential for the survival of the soul in the afterlife, which is why they developed elaborate mummification techniques designed to prevent decay and ensure the body's integrity. The process of mummification involved removing the internal organs, drying out the body with natron salt, and wrapping it in layers of linen bandages. The mummified body was then placed in a sarcophagus, a protective coffin that was often adorned with elaborate decorations and inscriptions. The Egyptians believed that the mummified body served as a home for the soul, allowing it to return to the physical world and interact with the living. The night boat, in this context, becomes a symbol of the enduring connection between the physical and the spiritual, a reminder that even in death, the body retains a certain significance. Imagine the ancient Egyptians gazing up at the night sky, marveling at the stars and wondering about the mysteries of the universe. They saw patterns in the stars, constellations that they associated with their gods and goddesses, and they believed that the movements of the celestial bodies had a direct impact on their lives. The Duat, as a realm of darkness and transformation, was closely associated with the night sky, a place where the sun god Ra battled the forces of chaos and emerged victorious each morning. The Egyptians believed that the stars were the souls of the deceased, shining brightly in the night sky as a testament to their eternal existence. The pyramids were aligned with the cardinal directions and with certain stars, reflecting the Egyptian belief in the connection between the earthly realm and the celestial realm. The study of astronomy was highly valued in ancient Egypt, and priests and astronomers carefully observed the movements of the stars and planets, using their knowledge to predict the seasons, to plan religious festivals, and to guide the construction of temples and pyramids. The Duat, in this context, becomes a symbol of the boundless expanse of the universe, a reminder that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. Consider the impact of ancient Egyptian mythology on modern culture, from art and literature to film and music. The imagery of the Duat, with its gods and goddesses, its demons and monsters, and its symbolic landscape has inspired countless artists and writers throughout the centuries. The Egyptian Book of the Dead has been translated into numerous languages and has become a source of fascination for scholars and spiritual seekers alike. The pyramids have become iconic symbols of ancient Egypt, attracting tourists from around the world and inspiring awe and wonder in all who behold them. The story of Ra's journey through the Duat has been retold in countless variations, serving as a timeless tale of courage, resilience, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. From the Indiana Jones movies to the Stargate franchise, ancient Egyptian mythology has been a constant source of inspiration for Hollywood filmmakers, providing a rich and imaginative backdrop for adventure stories and science fiction epics. The Duat, in its enduring appeal, continues to captivate our imaginations and offer us profound insights into the human condition. The concept of the Duat can also be explored through the lens of comparative mythology, examining the similarities and differences between the Egyptian underworld and other mythological realms. In Greek mythology, the underworld is ruled by Hades, the god of the dead, and is a dark and gloomy place where the souls of the deceased wander aimlessly for eternity. In Norse mythology, the underworld is ruled by Hel, the goddess of the dead, and is a cold and desolate place where the souls of those who died unheroically are sent. In Mayan mythology, the underworld is called Xibalba, and is a dangerous and treacherous place ruled by the death gods. While each of these underworlds has its own unique characteristics, they all share certain common themes, such as the journey of the soul after death, the confrontation with death gods and demons, and the possibility of rebirth or transformation. The Duat, in this context, can be seen as one particular manifestation of a universal human preoccupation with death and the afterlife, a reflection of our deep-seated fears and hopes about what lies beyond the veil of mortality. Imagine yourself standing on the banks of the Nile, gazing out at the vast expanse of the desert and listening to the ancient whispers of the wind. You can almost hear the chants of the priests, the rustling of the papyrus scrolls, and the rhythmic beat of the drums, all echoing across the centuries. The ancient Egyptians believed that the Nile was the lifeblood of their civilization, providing them with water, food, and transportation. They saw the annual flooding of the Nile as a divine gift, a symbol of fertility and renewal. The river was also seen as a connection to the underworld, a pathway for the souls of the deceased to travel to the Duat. The Egyptians built their temples and tombs along the banks of the Nile, aligning them with a rising and setting sun, reflecting their belief in the cyclical nature of life and death. The Duat, in this context, becomes inextricably linked to the natural world, a reminder that we are all part of a larger ecosystem and that our fate is intertwined with the fate of the planet. Consider the ethical implications of the Egyptian belief in the afterlife and how it might have influenced their behavior in this life. The Egyptians believed that their actions in this life would determine their fate in the afterlife, and that they would be judged by Osiris, the god of the dead, based on the weight of their heart compared to the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If their heart was lighter than the feather, They would be granted eternal life in the field of reeds, a paradise where they could enjoy all the pleasures of earthly existence. But if their heart was heavier than the feather, they would be devoured by Amit, the devourer of souls, and their existence would be extinguished. This belief in divine judgment and the consequences of one's actions may have encouraged the Egyptians to live ethical and moral lives, to treat others with kindness and compassion, and to strive for justice and fairness in all their dealings. The Duat, in this context, becomes a symbol of moral responsibility, a reminder that we are accountable for our actions and that our choices have consequences that extend beyond this life. The enduring legacy of the Duat and the night boat is a testament to the power of mythology to provide meaning, comfort, and inspiration in the face of life's greatest mysteries. The story of Ra's journey through the underworld continues to resonate with us today, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, hope and renewal are always possible. The Duat, as a symbol of transformation and rebirth, offers us a glimpse into the cyclical nature of existence, reminding us that death is not the end, but rather a transition to a new beginning. The night boat, as a vessel of hope and resilience, carries us through the turbulent waters of life, guiding us towards the light of understanding and enlightenment. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the image of the night boat, sailing through the star-studded waters of the Duat, carry you away to a realm of dreams and possibilities, where anything is possible and the journey never ends. Let the soothing rhythm of the boat's passage lull you into a peaceful slumber, knowing that you are safe and protected on your own journey through the night. Imagine the vibrant colors of the ancient Egyptian artwork, the deep blues and greens of the Nile, the shimmering golds and reds of the desert sunset, and the brilliant whites and blacks of the hieroglyphs that adorn the walls of the temples and tombs. The Egyptians were masters of color, using natural pigments derived from plants, minerals, and insects to create stunning works of art that have survived for thousands of years. Color played an important role in Egyptian symbolism, with each color representing a different aspect of the natural world or a different attribute of the gods and goddesses. Blue, for example, was associated with the sky, the water, and the heavens, while green was associated with fertility, growth, and resurrection. Gold was associated with the sun, royalty, and immortality, while red was associated with fire, blood, and power. The Duat, as a realm of darkness and transformation, was often depicted in shades of black and brown, representing the unknown and the mysterious. But even in the darkest depths of the underworld, there were glimpses of light and color, symbolizing the hope of renewal and the promise of eternal life. Consider the role of music and dance in ancient Egyptian culture, and how they might have been used to accompany the rituals and ceremonies associated with the Duat. Music was an integral part of Egyptian life, used to celebrate religious festivals, to entertain the pharaoh and his court, and to accompany the work of farmers and artisans. The Egyptians played a variety of instruments, including harps, lutes, flutes, drums, and sistrums, a type of rattle that was used in religious ceremonies. Dance was also an important form of expression, used to tell stories, to honor the gods, and to celebrate important events. It is likely that music and dance played a significant role in the funerary rituals that were performed to ensure the safe passage of the deceased through the Duat. The rhythmic beat of the drums may have been used to simulate the journey of the night boat, while the mournful melodies of the flutes may have been used to express grief and sorrow for the loss of the deceased. The sistrum, with its jingling sound, may have been used to ward off evil spirits and to invoke the protection of the gods. The Duat, in this context, becomes a realm of sound and movement, a place where music and dance play a vital role in the journey of the soul. Imagine the scent of incense wafting through the air, the fragrant aroma of myrrh and frankincense filling the temples and tombs. The Egyptians used incense extensively in their religious ceremonies, believing that it had the power to purify the air, to communicate with the gods, and to transport the soul to the afterlife. Incense was made from a variety of aromatic resins, herbs, and spices, including myrrh, frankincense, cedarwood, and juniper. The burning of incense was often accompanied by prayers and incantations, creating a sacred atmosphere that was conducive to spiritual transformation. The Duat, as a realm of mystery and enchantment, was often associated with the scent of incense, a reminder of the divine presence and the promise of eternal life. The fragrant smoke of the incense may have been seen as a pathway for the soul to ascend to the heavens, leaving behind the earthly realm and entering into the realm of the gods. Consider the role of dreams in ancient Egyptian culture and how they might have been interpreted as messages from the gods or glimpses into the future. The Egyptians believed that dreams were a form of divine communication and that they could provide guidance, warnings, or prophecies. They had special dream interpreters who were trained to analyze the meaning of dreams and to provide advice based on their interpretations. The Egyptians also believed that they could influence their dreams through the practice of incubation, a ritual in which they would sleep in a temple or shrine in order to receive a dream from a particular god or goddess. The Duat, as a realm of shadows and illusions, may have been seen as a source of dreams, a place where the soul could wander freely and receive insights into the mysteries of the universe. The dreams that were experienced during sleep may have been interpreted as glimpses into the afterlife, providing reassurance and hope for those who were facing the prospect of death. Imagine the ancient Egyptian priests, dressed in their white linen robes, performing elaborate rituals and ceremonies in the temples and tombs. They were the guardians of knowledge and the intermediaries between the gods and the people. They were responsible for maintaining the temples, for performing the daily rituals, and for interpreting the sacred texts. They also played a crucial role in the funerary rituals that were performed to ensure the safe passage of the deceased through the Duat. The priests were highly respected members of Egyptian society, and they wielded considerable power and influence. They were believed to possess special knowledge and abilities, including the ability to communicate with the gods, to heal the sick, and to protect against evil spirits. The Duat, as a realm of mystery and magic, was intimately connected to the priestly class, who were seen as the experts in navigating its treacherous terrain. Consider the significance of the scarab beetle in ancient Egyptian mythology and how it might be related to the concept of rebirth and transformation. The scarab beetle was a symbol of the sun god Ra, and it was believed to represent the cycle of birth, death, and resurrection. The Egyptians observed that the scarab beetle would roll a ball of dung across the ground, and they believed that this was analogous to the sun god rolling the sun across the sky each day. They also noticed that the scarab beetle would lay its eggs inside the ball of dung, and that the young beetles would emerge from the ball fully formed. This led them to believe that the scarab beetle was a symbol of spontaneous creation and rebirth. The scarab beetle was often depicted in Egyptian art and jewelry, and it was believed to bring good luck and protection. The Duat, as a realm of transformation and renewal, was closely associated with the scarab beetle, a reminder that even in death, there is the possibility of rebirth and new life. Imagine the ancient Egyptian farmers toiling in the fields along the banks of the Nile, relying on the annual flooding of the river to provide them with water and fertile soil. They were the backbone of Egyptian society, providing the food and resources that sustained the civilization. They worked hard from dawn till dusk, planting, cultivating, and harvesting their crops. They were deeply connected to the land, and they understood the rhythms of the seasons. They also believed in the power of the gods to control the natural world, and they offered prayers and sacrifices to ensure a bountiful harvest. The Duat, as a realm of fertility and renewal, was intimately connected to the agricultural cycle, a reminder that even in the midst of death and decay, there's the promise of new life and abundance. The Egyptians saw the annual flooding of the Nile as a symbol of the cycle of death and rebirth, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope for a brighter future. Consider the role of animals in ancient Egyptian mythology and how they might have been associated with the gods and goddesses of the Duat. The Egyptians revered animals and believed that they possessed special powers and abilities. They often depicted their gods and goddesses with animal heads, symbolizing the unique characteristics and attributes of each deity. The jackal, for example, was associated with Anubis, the god of embalming and the afterlife, because jackals were known to scavenge in cemeteries. The falcon was associated with Horus, the god of the sky and kingship, because falcons were known for their keen eyesight and their ability to soar to great heights. The cat was associated with Batet, the goddess of protection and fertility, because cats were seen as symbols of grace, beauty, and independence. The Duat, as a realm of mystery and magic, was populated with a variety of animal-headed deities, each with their own unique role to play in the journey of the soul. Imagine the ancient Egyptian scribes diligently recording the history, the myths, and the religious beliefs of their civilization. They were the keepers of knowledge and the transmitters of culture. They were highly educated and skilled in the art of writing, using hieroglyphs, hieratic script, and demotic script to record their thoughts and ideas. They worked in temples, palaces, and government offices, creating documents that have survived for thousands of years, providing us with invaluable insights into the ancient Egyptian world. The scribes played a crucial role in preserving the traditions and beliefs surrounding the Duat, carefully recording the spells, prayers, and incantations that were used to guide the deceased through the underworld. They were the guardians of the sacred knowledge that was necessary for achieving eternal life. Consider the significance of the Ankh in ancient Egyptian symbolism and how it might be related to the concept of eternal life. The Ankh was a symbol of life, immortality, and the breath of life. It was often depicted being held by the gods and goddesses, or being offered to the pharaoh as a gift of eternal life. The Ankh was also used as a decorative motif in Egyptian art and jewelry, and it was believed to bring good luck and protection. The Duat, as a realm of eternal existence, was closely associated with the Ankh, a reminder that death is not the end, but rather a transition to a new and eternal life. The Ankh was a powerful symbol of hope and resilience, representing the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome the challenges of mortality and to achieve immortality. Imagine the ancient Egyptian architects and engineers designing and building the magnificent temples, tombs, and pyramids that still stand today as testaments to their ingenuity and skill. They were masters of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering, using their knowledge to create structures that were both beautiful and functional. They carefully planned and executed their projects, paying close attention to detail and ensuring that their structures were aligned with the cardinal directions and with certain stars. The pyramids, in particular, were feats of engineering, requiring vast amounts of labor and resources to construct. They were not merely tombs for the pharaohs, but also symbolic representations of the journey to the afterlife, gateways to the Duat itself. The Duat, in this context, becomes a realm of architectural grandeur, a testament to the Egyptian belief in the power of human ingenuity to create structures that can transcend time and space. Consider the role of the pharaoh in ancient Egyptian society and how he was seen as a divine ruler, responsible for maintaining order and harmony in the land. The pharaoh was believed to be the living embodiment of the god Horus, and he was seen as the intermediary between the gods and the people. He was responsible for leading the army, for administering justice, and for ensuring the prosperity of the kingdom. The pharaoh was also responsible for overseeing the construction of temples and tombs, and for ensuring that the religious rituals were performed correctly. The Duat, as a realm of divine power and judgment, was intimately connected to the pharaoh, who was seen as the key to ensuring the safe passage of his people into the afterlife. The pharaoh's journey through the Duat after his death was seen as a crucial event, ensuring the continued stability and prosperity of the kingdom. Imagine the ancient Egyptian soldiers bravely defending their land from invaders and protecting their people from harm. They were highly trained and skilled in the art of warfare, using a variety of weapons, including swords, spears, bows and arrows, and shields. They were fiercely loyal to the pharaoh and to their country, and they were willing to risk their lives to protect their homeland. The Egyptians were often at war with their neighbors, and they faced numerous threats from both the north and the south. The soldiers played a crucial role in maintaining the security and stability of the kingdom, and they were highly respected members of Egyptian society. The Duat, as a realm of danger and challenges, may have been seen as a battlefield for the soul, a place where the deceased had to confront their enemies and prove their worthiness to enter into eternal life. The courage and resilience of the Egyptian soldiers may have been seen as a model for the soul's journey through the underworld. Consider the significance of the Eye of Horus in ancient Egyptian symbolism and how it might be related to the concept of protection and healing. The Eye of Horus was a symbol of protection, healing, and restoration. It was believed to possess magical powers, and it was often depicted being worn as an amulet or painted on coffins and tombs. The Eye of Horus was associated with the god Horus, who lost his eye in a battle with his uncle Seth, but later had it restored by the god Thoth. The restored eye was seen as a symbol of wholeness and perfection. The Duat, as a realm of danger and challenges, was a place where the soul needed protection and healing. The Eye of Horus may have been seen as a powerful amulet that could ward off evil spirits and ensure the safe passage of the deceased through the underworld. Imagine the ancient Egyptian merchants traveling along the Nile and across the desert, trading goods and commodities with other civilizations. They were skilled negotiators and shrewd businessmen, using their knowledge of trade routes and market conditions to make a profit. They traded in a variety of goods, including gold, silver, copper, textiles, spices, and precious stones. The Egyptians were known for their craftsmanship and their ability to produce high-quality goods that were in demand throughout the ancient world. The merchants played a crucial role in connecting Egypt with other cultures and in facilitating the flow of goods and ideas. The Duat, as a realm of journeys and transformations, may have been seen as a metaphor for the challenges and opportunities that faced the merchants in their travels. The ability to navigate the treacherous trade routes and to overcome the obstacles that they encountered may have been seen as analogous to the soul's journey through the underworld. Consider the significance of the feather of Ma'at in ancient Egyptian mythology and how it was used to weigh the heart of the deceased in the Hall of Judgment. The feather of Ma'at was a symbol of truth, justice, and cosmic order. It was used by Anubis, the god of embalming in the afterlife, to weigh the heart of the deceased against the feather in the Hall of Judgment. If the heart was lighter than the feather, it meant that the deceased had lived a virtuous life and was worthy of entering into eternal life in the field of reeds. But if the heart was heavier than the feather, it meant that the deceased had lived a sinful life and was condemned to be devoured by Amit, the devourer of souls. The feather of Ma'at was a powerful symbol of moral responsibility, a reminder that our actions in this life have consequences that extend beyond death. The Duat, as a realm of judgment and consequences, was a place where the soul was held accountable for its deeds and where the ultimate fate of the deceased was determined. Imagine the ancient Egyptian women playing a vital role in their families and in their communities. They were responsible for managing the household, for raising the children, and for providing support to their husbands. They also participated in a variety of economic activities, including farming, weaving, and trading. Egyptian women enjoyed a relatively high degree of social and economic independence, and they could own property, inherit wealth, and initiate legal proceedings. Some women even held positions of power and influence, such as queens and priestesses. The Duat, as a realm of both male and female deities, may have reflected the relatively egalitarian nature of Egyptian society. Both men and women were believed to have the potential to achieve eternal life, and both were subject to the same standards of judgment in the afterlife. Consider the enduring appeal of ancient Egyptian mythology and why it continues to fascinate and inspire people around the world. The mythology of ancient Egypt is rich in symbolism, imagery, and storytelling, offering profound insights into the human condition and the mysteries of the universe. The stories of the gods and goddesses, the myths of creation and destruction, and the beliefs about the afterlife continue to resonate with us today, providing us with a sense of connection to the past and a framework for understanding our place in the world. The Duat, as a central element of Egyptian mythology, remains a potent symbol of transformation, renewal, and the eternal quest for meaning and purpose. The journey of RA through the underworld continues to inspire us to confront our fears, to embrace our potential, and to strive for a brighter future. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the image of the night boat, sailing through the star-studded waters of the Duat, carry you away to a realm of dreams and possibilities, where anything is possible and the journey never ends. Let the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians guide you on your own inner journey as you explore the depths of your own subconscious and discover the hidden treasures that lie within. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the specifics of the various creatures and deities encountered within the Duat. We've touched on Ammit, the devourer of souls, a terrifying chimera with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. Imagine the sheer terror of standing before this monstrous being, knowing that your fate rests solely on the weight of your heart. Ammit represents the ultimate annihilation, the complete erasure of existence for those deemed unworthy. She is a stark reminder of the importance of living a virtuous life, a life guided by truth, justice, and compassion. Then there's Apep, or Apophis, the serpent of chaos, the embodiment of darkness and destruction. Each night, Apep attempts to devour RA, plunging the world into eternal darkness. Ra's nightly battle against Apep is a constant struggle, a cosmic drama played out in the depths of the Duat. This battle symbolizes the eternal conflict between order and chaos, light and darkness, good and evil. It's a reminder that the forces of chaos are always present, lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. But it's also a testament to the power of light and order to persevere, to overcome even the most formidable challenges. The ancient Egyptians even had rituals and ceremonies designed to aid RA in his battle against Apep, believing that their actions could influence the outcome of this cosmic struggle. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, plays a crucial role in the Duat. He is the judge of the dead, the one who weighs the hearts of the deceased against the feather of Maat. Osiris represents resurrection and eternal life, the promise of a new beginning after death. His own story is one of death and rebirth, having been murdered by his brother Seth and resurrected by his wife Isis. This story is central to Egyptian mythology, symbolizing the cyclical nature of life and death, and the possibility of overcoming even the most tragic circumstances. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming, guides souls through the Duat and oversees the weighing of the heart ceremony. He is a protector of the dead, ensuring their safe passage to the afterlife. Anubis represents the transition from the physical world to the spiritual realm, the guide who helps us navigate the unknown. His jackal head is associated with cemeteries and the scavenging of the dead, a reminder of the physical decay that awaits us all. But Anubis is not a god of death, but rather a god of transformation, helping us to shed our mortal coil and embrace our eternal existence. Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom, writing, and knowledge, records the outcome of the weighing of the heart ceremony. He is the scribe of the gods, the keeper of knowledge and the patron of scribes. Thoth represents intellect, reason, and the power of language. He is the one who brings order to chaos, who uses his wisdom to guide us on our path. Thoth is also associated with the moon, which represents the cyclical nature of time and the constant ebb and flow of life. Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood, and protection, is a powerful force in the Duat. She is the one who resurrected her husband Osiris, using her magical powers to bring him back from the dead. Isis represents love, compassion, and the power of the feminine. She is a protector of the weak and vulnerable, a source of comfort and guidance in times of trouble. Isis is also associated with the star Sirius, which represents hope and renewal. These are just a few of the many deities and creatures that populate the Duat. Each one plays a specific role in the journey of the soul, representing different aspects of the human experience and the challenges we face in life. The Duat is a complex and multifaceted realm, a reflection of our own inner landscape and the mysteries of the universe. Now, let's explore the scientific implications of the ancient Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. While modern science cannot prove or disprove the existence of an afterlife, there are some interesting parallels between Egyptian mythology and scientific concepts. For example, the Egyptian belief in the preservation of the body through mummification can be seen as an early attempt to understand and control the process of decomposition. The Egyptians believed that the preservation of the body was essential for the survival of the soul in the afterlife. While we now know that the soul does not require a physical body to exist, the Egyptian practice of mummification demonstrates a deep understanding of anatomy and the processes of decay. The Egyptian belief in the cyclical nature of life and death can be seen as a reflection of the natural cycles that govern the universe. The Egyptians observed the cycles of the sun, the moon, and the Nile River, and they believed that these cycles were evidence of a larger cosmic order. The modern scientific understanding of the universe also emphasizes the importance of cycles, such as the cycles of the seasons, the cycles of the elements, and the cycles of the stars. The Egyptian belief in the power of the mind to influence reality can be seen as a precursor to modern concepts of mindfulness and the power of positive thinking. The Egyptians believed that their thoughts and actions could influence their fate in the afterlife. While we now know that thoughts alone cannot change the physical world, there is increasing evidence that mindfulness and positive thinking can have a profound impact on our mental and physical health. The Egyptian belief in the interconnectedness of all things can be seen as a reflection of the modern scientific understanding of ecology and the interconnectedness of all living organisms. The Egyptians believed that the universe was a delicate balance between opposing forces and that the actions of humans could have a profound impact on the environment. The modern scientific understanding of ecology emphasizes the importance of biodiversity and the interconnectedness of all living organisms, and the need to protect the environment for future generations. While ancient Egyptian mythology may not be scientifically accurate in the literal sense, it does offer valuable insights into the human condition and the mysteries of the universe. The Egyptians were keen observers of the natural world, and their beliefs reflect a deep understanding of the cycles of life and death, the power of the mind, and the interconnectedness of all things. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the image of the night boat, sailing through the star-studded waters of the Duat, carry you away to a realm of dreams and possibilities, where anything is possible and the journey never ends. Let the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians guide you on your own inner journey as you explore the depths of your own subconscious and discover the hidden treasures that lie within. Remember the lessons of Ra's journey: courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of light to overcome darkness. May your dreams be filled with wonder and inspiration, and may you wake up feeling refreshed and renewed, ready to face the challenges of the day with strength and optimism. Let the gentle rocking of the night boat lull you into a peaceful slumber, and may the stars of the Duat watch over you throughout the night. Sweet dreams. Let's consider the artistic representations of the Duat and the night boat. The walls of tombs, especially those in the Valley of the Kings, are adorned with intricate depictions of Ra's journey, offering us a visual feast of the underworld. These aren't just random drawings. They're carefully constructed narratives meant to guide and protect the deceased pharaoh on their own journey to the afterlife. Imagine the skilled artisans painstakingly carving and painting these scenes, knowing that their work would have a profound impact on the pharaoh's fate. The colors used in these depictions are also highly symbolic. The deep blues and blacks represent the darkness of the underworld, while the vibrant golds and reds symbolize the sun and the hope of rebirth. The gods and goddesses are often depicted with specific headdresses and attributes, each holding a key to understanding their role in the underworld. Consider the jackal-headed Anubis, guardian of the scales of justice, or the ibis-headed Thoth, the scribe of the gods, recording the outcome of the weighing of the heart ceremony. Each detail is meticulously placed, contributing to the overall narrative and ensuring the safe passage of the deceased. These artistic representations are not merely decorations. They are powerful tools meant to guide the soul through the perilous journey of the Duat. They are visual spells meant to invoke the protection and guidance of the gods. The Egyptians believed that the Duat was not a static place, but rather a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. The night boat, carrying Ra, would navigate through treacherous waters, confront monstrous creatures, and pass through gates guarded by formidable deities. Each night was a battle, a cosmic struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos. This constant struggle is reflected in the art of the tombs, which often depict scenes of conflict and transformation. The deceased pharaoh, by identifying with Ra, hoped to overcome these challenges and achieve rebirth in the afterlife. The journey through the Duat was not a passive experience, but rather an active participation in the cosmic drama of creation and destruction. It was a test of worthiness, a trial by fire that would determine the fate of the soul. Think of the modern understanding of black holes, celestial bodies with gravitational forces so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. While the Egyptians didn't have a scientific understanding of black holes, their concept of the Duat, a dark and mysterious realm, shares some interesting parallels. Both represent the unknown, the unexplored, and the potential for both destruction and transformation. Black holes are often associated with the end of stars, but they also play a crucial role in the formation of new galaxies. Similarly, the Duat represented the end of earthly life, but also the beginning of eternal existence. The Egyptians saw death not as an end, but as a transition, a journey to a new realm of being. This belief in the cyclical nature of life and death is reflected in their art, their rituals, and their entire worldview. The concept of the Duat also resonates with modern ideas about the subconscious mind. Just as the Duat is a hidden realm, full of mysteries and challenges, the subconscious mind is a vast and unexplored territory within ourselves. It is the repository of our memories, our emotions, and our deepest fears. Exploring the subconscious can be a challenging and sometimes frightening experience, but can also lead to profound insights and personal growth. The journey through the Duat can be seen as a metaphor for this inner exploration, a quest to confront our inner demons and emerge transformed. The monsters and obstacles that Ra encounters in the Duat can be interpreted as the challenges and fears that we must overcome in our own lives. The Egyptian obsession with death and the afterlife may seem morbid to some, but it was actually a reflection of their deep appreciation for life. They believed that life was a precious gift, and they wanted to ensure that it continued beyond the grave. Their elaborate funerary rituals and their meticulous preparations for the afterlife were all aimed at preserving the essence of the individual and ensuring their continued existence. They saw death not as an ending, but as a new beginning, a transition to a higher state of being. This belief in the continuity of life is a powerful testament to the human spirit's enduring hope for immortality. The Egyptians sought to conquer death, not by denying its existence, but by embracing it and transforming it into a gateway to eternal life. The legacy of ancient Egyptian mythology continues to fascinate and inspire us today. Their stories of gods and goddesses, of heroes and villains, of creation and destruction, offer valuable insights into the human condition and the mysteries of the universe. Their belief in the power of the mind, the importance of balance, and the interconnectedness of all things are timeless lessons that remain relevant in the modern world. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the universe and the depths of our own minds, we can draw inspiration from the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians, who sought to understand the world around them and their place within it. Their journey through the Duat, the night boat sailing through the darkness, remains a powerful symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring human quest for meaning and immortality. And so, as you continue to relax and drift further into slumber, allow your imagination to soar. Picture yourself aboard the night boat, sailing alongside RA through the star-studded waters of the Duat. Feel the gentle rocking of the boat, the cool night air on your skin, and the ancient power that surrounds you. Imagine the gods and goddesses who accompany you on this journey, their faces illuminated by the light of the stars. Hear the whispers of ancient wisdom, guiding you on your own inner quest. Let the journey through the Duat be a metaphor for your own life's journey, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for rebirth and renewal. Consider the intricate details of the boat itself. Was it crafted from the finest cedar wood, imported from distant lands? Were its sails woven from linen, dyed in vibrant hues of blue and gold? Was it adorned with protective symbols, meant to ward off evil spirits and ensure a safe passage? Imagine the crew of the night boat, the skilled sailors and navigators who guided the vessel through the treacherous waters of the Duat. Were they mortal men, chosen for their courage and skill, or were they divine beings, entrusted with the sacred task of protecting RA on his nightly journey? Each detail contributes to the overall image, creating a vivid and immersive experience that can transport you to another time and place. Think about the challenges that RA faced on his nightly journey. He had to battle monstrous creatures, navigate treacherous currents, and pass through gates guarded by formidable deities. Each challenge represented a different aspect of the human experience, a different obstacle that we must overcome in our own lives. The courage and resilience that RA displayed in the face of these challenges serve as an inspiration to us, reminding us that we too can overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. The journey through the Duat is a metaphor for the challenges of life, a reminder that we must face our fears and persevere in the face of adversity. The creatures that inhabit the Duat are often depicted as grotesque and terrifying beings. These creatures represent the dark and chaotic forces that threaten to overwhelm the world. They are the embodiment of our fears, our anxieties, and our deepest insecurities. By confronting these creatures, RA demonstrates his power and his ability to maintain order in the face of chaos. The monsters of the Duat can be seen as symbolic representations of the challenges and obstacles that we face in our own lives. Overcoming these challenges requires courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in our own abilities. The gods and goddesses who accompany RA on his journey through the Duat offer him guidance and protection. They represent the forces of good that help to maintain balance in the universe. Each deity has a specific role to play, contributing to the overall success of the journey. The gods and goddesses of Egyptian mythology represent the different aspects of the human psyche. They embody our strengths, our weaknesses, our hopes, and our fears. By understanding the roles and attributes of these deities, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. The gates that RA must pass through on his journey are guarded by formidable deities, each with their own unique challenges. These gates represent the different stages of the journey, the different levels of consciousness that RA must attain in order to achieve rebirth. Passing through these gates requires wisdom, courage, and the ability to overcome one's own limitations. The gates of the Duat can be seen as symbolic representations of the challenges and obstacles that we face in our own personal growth. Overcoming these challenges requires self-awareness, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace change. The weighing of the heart ceremony, which takes place in the Hall of Ma'at, is a crucial part of the journey through the Duat. In this ceremony, the heart of the deceased is weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart is lighter than the feather, the deceased is deemed worthy of entering the afterlife. If the heart is heavier than the feather, it is devoured by the monster Amit, and the soul is condemned to eternal oblivion. The weighing of the heart ceremony is a metaphor for the importance of living a moral and ethical life. It reminds us that our actions have consequences and that we will ultimately be judged by our deeds. The concept of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice, is central to Egyptian mythology. Ma'at represents the cosmic order, the balance between opposing forces. The Egyptians believed that maintaining Ma'at was essential for the well-being of society and the stability of the universe. Living in accordance with Ma'at meant acting with integrity, honesty, and compassion. It meant respecting the rights of others and upholding the principles of justice. The concept of Ma'at is a powerful reminder of the importance of living a moral and ethical life. It encourages us to strive for balance and harmony in our own lives and in the world around us. The Egyptians believed that the journey through the Duat was not just a physical journey, but also a spiritual one. It was a process of purification and transformation, a journey of self-discovery. By confronting their fears, overcoming their limitations, and embracing the principles of Ma'at, the deceased could achieve rebirth and eternal life. The journey through the Duat can be seen as a metaphor for our own spiritual journeys. It reminds us that personal growth requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to confront our inner demons. The imagery of the Duat is rich with symbolism, each element representing a different aspect of the human experience. The darkness of the underworld represents the unknown, the mysteries of life and death. The stars represent hope, guidance, and a promise of rebirth. The water represents the flow of life, the constant cycle of creation and destruction. The creatures of the Duat represent our fears, our anxieties, and our deepest insecurities. The gods and goddesses represent the forces of good that help to maintain balance in the universe. By understanding the symbolism of the Duat, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. The ancient Egyptians believed that the afterlife was not just a continuation of earthly life, but a transformation into a higher state of being. They believed that the deceased could become one with the gods, living eternally in the realm of paradise. This belief in eternal life was a source of great comfort and inspiration to the Egyptians. It gave them hope in the face of death and encouraged them to live their lives to the fullest. The Egyptian belief in eternal life is a powerful testament to the human spirit's enduring hope for immortality. It reminds us that death is not the end, but a transition to a new realm of being. The legacy of ancient Egyptian mythology continues to inspire us today. Their stories of gods and goddesses, of heroes and villains, of creation and destruction, offer valuable insights into the human condition and the mysteries of the universe. Their belief in the power of the mind, the importance of balance, and the interconnectedness of all things are timeless lessons that remain relevant in the modern world. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the universe and the depths of our own minds, we can draw inspiration from the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians, who sought to understand the world around them and their place within it. Their journey through the Duat, the night boat sailing through the darkness, remains a powerful symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring human quest for meaning and immortality. And so, as you drift off to sleep, let the gentle rocking of the night boat lull you into a peaceful slumber. Imagine the stars of the Duat twinkling above you, watching over you throughout the night. Let the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians guide you on your own inner journey as you explore the depths of your own subconscious and discover the hidden treasures that lie within. Remember the lessons of Ra's journey: courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of light to overcome darkness. May your dreams be filled with wonder and inspiration, and may you wake up feeling refreshed and renewed, ready to face the challenges of the day with strength and optimism. Consider the sounds of the Duat. What would the underworld sound like? Perhaps the gentle lapping of the water against the hull of the night boat, the rustling of reeds along the banks of the river, or the distant cries of the strange creatures that inhabit this realm. Maybe there's a low, resonant hum that permeates everything, a sound that speaks of ancient power and cosmic forces at play. Or perhaps it's a place of profound silence, broken only by the beating of your own heart, a silence that allows you to connect with the deepest parts of yourself. Imagine the scents of the Duat, the fragrance of lotus blossoms floating on the water, the earthy aroma of the fertile soil, or the pungent scent of incense burning in the temples. Perhaps there's a faint smell of decay, a reminder of the impermanence of life. Or maybe it's a clean, crisp scent, like the air after a thunderstorm, a symbol of purification and renewal. Engaging your senses can help to bring the Duat to life, making it a more vivid and immersive experience. Think about the texture of the Duat: the smooth, cool surface of the water, the rough bark of the trees, or the soft sand beneath your feet. Perhaps there are hidden dangers lurking beneath the surface, sharp rocks or thorny bushes that could snag your unwary feet. Or maybe it's a place of unparalleled beauty, where every surface is smooth and inviting. The ancient Egyptians believed that the Duat was a real place, a physical realm that existed alongside the world of the living. They believed that the deceased pharaoh would actually travel through this realm, facing its challenges and overcoming its obstacles in order to achieve eternal life. While we may not share this literal belief, the Duat can still be a powerful symbol for us, representing the challenges and opportunities that we face in our own lives. The journey through the Duat can be seen as a metaphor for the journey of life itself, a journey filled with both trials and triumphs. The concept of rebirth is central to Egyptian mythology. The Egyptians believed that death was not the end, but a transition to a new state of being. They believed that the deceased could be reborn into the afterlife, living eternally in the realm of paradise. This belief in rebirth was a source of great comfort and inspiration to the Egyptians. It gave them hope in the face of death and encouraged them to live their lives to the fullest. The Egyptian belief in rebirth is a powerful testament to the human spirit's enduring hope for immortality. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always the possibility of renewal and transformation. The story of Isis and Osiris is one of the most famous and enduring myths of ancient Egypt. Osiris, the god of the underworld, was murdered by his jealous brother Set, who scattered his body parts throughout the land. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife, searched tirelessly for the pieces of his body, eventually reassembling him and bringing him back to life. The story of Isis and Osiris is a powerful symbol of love, loss, and resurrection. It reminds us that even in the face of tragedy, there is always hope for healing and renewal. The pyramids of Egypt are perhaps the most iconic symbols of ancient Egyptian civilization. These massive structures were built as tombs for the pharaohs, designed to protect their bodies and their possessions for eternity. The pyramids are a testament to the ingenuity, the skill, and the dedication of the ancient Egyptians. They represent their belief in the afterlife and their determination to conquer death. The pyramids stand as a lasting reminder of the power and the glory of ancient Egypt. The Sphinx is another iconic symbol of ancient Egypt. This massive statue, with the body of a lion and the head of a human, stands guard over the pyramids of Giza. The Sphinx is a symbol of mystery, wisdom, and power. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, and its purpose remains a subject of debate among scholars. The Sphinx stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, a reminder of the enduring power of ancient Egyptian civilization. The hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt are a fascinating and complex system of writing. These symbols, which represent both sounds and ideas, were used to record the history, the beliefs, and the culture of ancient Egypt. The hieroglyphs are key to understanding the ancient Egyptian worldview. They provide us with invaluable insights into their beliefs about the gods, the afterlife, and the nature of reality. The hieroglyphs are a testament to the intellectual and artistic achievements of the ancient Egyptians. The Nile River was the lifeblood of ancient Egypt. This great river provided water for irrigation, transportation, and sustenance. The Nile was also a source of spiritual inspiration for the ancient Egyptians. They believed that the Nile was a gift from the gods, and they revered it as a sacred entity. The annual flooding of the Nile was a time of great celebration, as it brought new life and fertility to the land. The Nile River was essential to the survival and the prosperity of ancient Egyptian civilization. The deserts of Egypt played a significant role in shaping the culture and the beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The deserts provided a natural barrier against invaders, protecting the land from foreign threats. The deserts were also a source of valuable resources, such as stone and minerals. The harsh and unforgiving environment of the deserts instilled in the ancient Egyptians a sense of resilience, resourcefulness, and a deep appreciation for the gifts of the Nile. The deserts of Egypt are an integral part of the ancient Egyptian landscape and a significant influence on their worldview. The ancient Egyptians were skilled astronomers. They studied the movements of the stars and the planets, developing a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos. Their knowledge of astronomy was used to create calendars, to predict the flooding of the Nile, and to align their temples and pyramids with the celestial bodies. The ancient Egyptians believed that the stars were the souls of the dead, and they revered them as divine beings. Their astronomical knowledge was an integral part of their religion and their culture. The ancient Egyptians were also skilled mathematicians. They developed a system of mathematics that was used for engineering, construction, and accounting. Their mathematical knowledge was essential for building the pyramids, for surveying the land, and for managing the resources of the kingdom. The ancient Egyptian mathematicians were pioneers in their field, laying the foundation for future developments in mathematics. The art of ancient Egypt is renowned for its beauty, its symbolism, and its enduring power. The paintings, the sculptures, and the architecture of ancient Egypt reflect their beliefs about the gods, the afterlife, and the nature of reality. The art of ancient Egypt is a testament to the skill, the creativity, and the spiritual depth of the ancient Egyptian people. It continues to inspire and to captivate us today. The music of ancient Egypt is less well known than their art or their architecture, but it was an important part of their culture. The ancient Egyptians used music for religious ceremonies, for entertainment, and for healing. They played a variety of instruments, including harps, flutes, and drums. The music of ancient Egypt was often accompanied by dancing and singing. The food of ancient Egypt was simple but nutritious. The ancient Egyptians ate a variety of grains, vegetables, and fruits. They also ate fish and poultry. Meat was a luxury that was reserved for the wealthy. The ancient Egyptians brewed beer and made wine. Their diet was based on the resources that were available to them in the Nile Valley. The clothing of ancient Egypt was designed to be practical and comfortable in the hot Egyptian climate. The ancient Egyptians wore linen garments that were light and airy. They also wore jewelry and headdresses. The clothing of the ancient Egyptians reflected their social status and their religious beliefs. The games of ancient Egypt were a popular form of entertainment. The ancient Egyptians played a variety of games, including board games, ball games, and athletic competitions. These games were a way for people to relax, to socialize, and to test their skills. The medicine of ancient Egypt was a combination of science, magic, and religion. The ancient Egyptian doctors were skilled surgeons and healers. They used a variety of herbs and minerals to treat illnesses. They also believed in the power of spells and rituals to heal the sick. The law of ancient Egypt was based on the principle of Ma'at, the cosmic order. The ancient Egyptian laws were designed to protect the rights of individuals and to maintain social order. The ancient Egyptian legal system was complex and sophisticated. The military of ancient Egypt was a powerful force that protected the kingdom from its enemies. The ancient Egyptian soldiers were well-trained and well-equipped. They used a variety of weapons, including swords, spears, and bows and arrows. The ancient Egyptian military was essential for maintaining the security and the stability of the kingdom. The trade of ancient Egypt was an important source of wealth and prosperity. The ancient Egyptians traded with other countries for goods that were not available in Egypt. They traded for gold, silver, timber, and spices. The trade of ancient Egypt helped to spread Egyptian culture and influence throughout the ancient world. The religion of ancient Egypt was a complex and multifaceted system of beliefs and practices. The ancient Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses who controlled the forces of nature and the destinies of humans. They worshipped these deities through prayers, sacrifices, and rituals. The religion of ancient Egypt was an integral part of their culture and their way of life. The social structure of ancient Egypt was hierarchical, with the pharaoh at the top and the peasants at the bottom. The pharaoh was considered to be a divine ruler, and he had absolute power over the kingdom. The priests, the nobles, and the scribes were the elite members of society. The farmers, the artisans, and the laborers were the common people. The daily life of ancient Egypt was centered around the Nile River. The farmers cultivated the land, the artisans crafted goods, and the merchants traded with other countries. The ancient Egyptians worked hard, but they also enjoyed their leisure time. They celebrated religious festivals, played games, and listened to music. The legacy of ancient Egypt is vast and enduring. Their art, their architecture, their literature, and their religion have had a profound influence on Western civilization. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers in many fields, including medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. Their achievements continue to inspire and to captivate us today. The civilization of ancient Egypt is a testament to the ingenuity, the creativity, and the spiritual depth of the human spirit. And so, as you continue to relax and drift deeper into sleep, Let the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians fill your mind. Imagine yourself traveling through the Duat, facing its challenges and overcoming its obstacles. Remember the lessons of Ra's journey: courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of light to overcome darkness. May your dreams be filled with wonder and inspiration, and may you wake up feeling refreshed and renewed, ready to face the challenges of the day with strength and optimism. Let the gentle rocking of the night boat lull you into a peaceful slumber, and may the stars of the Duat watch over you throughout the night. Sweet dreams. And as you drift further into slumber, let's delve a little deeper into the fascinating realm of Egyptian funerary beliefs, specifically focusing on the intricate preparations undertaken to ensure a successful journey through the Duat. The Egyptians held a profound belief in the afterlife, viewing death not as an end, but as a transition to another existence. This belief permeated every aspect of their lives, influencing their art, architecture, and, most significantly, their funerary rituals. The meticulous embalming process, the elaborate construction of tombs, and the inclusion of grave goods all served a singular purpose: to equip the deceased for their perilous journey through the underworld and their eventual resurrection into eternal life. The process of mummification was a cornerstone of Egyptian funerary practices. Far from being a macabre exercise, it was considered a sacred and essential step in preserving the body for the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that the body was the vessel for the soul, or Ka, and that its preservation was crucial for the Ka to recognize and return to it in the afterlife. The process was complex and time-consuming, often taking up to 70 days to complete. Skilled embalmers, often priests with specialized knowledge, would carefully remove the internal organs, dry the body with natron, a naturally occurring salt, and wrap it in layers of linen bandages. Amulets and protective charms were often placed within the wrappings to ward off evil spirits and ensure the deceased's safety during their journey. Think of it like preparing a ship for a long voyage. Just as a ship needs to be seaworthy and well-stocked to navigate treacherous waters, the body needed to be preserved and equipped for the challenges of the Duat. The removal of internal organs, while seemingly gruesome, was a practical measure to prevent decomposition and ensure the body's long-term preservation. The natron acted as a desiccant, drawing out moisture and further inhibiting decay, and the linen bandages, meticulously wrapped around the body, provided a protective layer, shielding it from harm and maintaining its integrity. This painstaking process was not merely a matter of physical preservation. It was a spiritual act, a testament to the Egyptians' unwavering belief in the afterlife and their commitment to ensuring its successful attainment. The tombs themselves were more than just burial chambers. They were elaborate complexes designed to house the deceased and provide them with everything they needed for eternity. From the humble pit graves of the early dynastic period to the magnificent pyramids of the Old Kingdom and the rock-cut tombs of the New Kingdom, Egyptian tombs evolved over time, reflecting changes in religious beliefs and royal power. But regardless of their size or grandeur, all tombs shared a common purpose: to serve as a secure and comfortable dwelling place for the deceased in the afterlife. The walls of the tombs were often adorned with intricate paintings and carvings depicting scenes from the deceased's life, religious rituals, and the journey through the Duat. These images were not merely decorative. They were believed to have magical power, providing guidance and protection to the deceased in the underworld. Imagine the tombs as miniature houses, equipped with all the comforts of home. Just as we furnish our houses with furniture, food, and other necessities, the Egyptians filled their tombs with grave goods, including furniture, clothing, jewelry, weapons, tools, and food offerings. These items were intended to provide the deceased with sustenance and comfort in the afterlife, allowing them to continue living in a manner similar to their earthly existence. The inclusion of these items also reflected the deceased's social status and wealth. The tombs of pharaohs and nobles were filled with lavish treasures, while the tombs of commoners contained more modest offerings. But regardless of their social standing, all Egyptians believed that their tombs would serve as their eternal home, a place where they could rest and await their resurrection into eternal life. The Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and incantations designed to guide the deceased through the Duat, was another crucial element of Egyptian funerary practices. This ancient text, often written on papyrus scrolls and placed in the tomb, provided the deceased with the knowledge and power they needed to overcome the obstacles and challenges of the underworld. The spells were designed to ward off evil spirits, appease the gods, and ensure the deceased's successful passage through the various stages of the Duat. The Book of the Dead was not a single, standardized text. It was a collection of spells that could be customized to suit the individual needs and preferences of the deceased. Some spells were more common than others, but all were intended to help the deceased navigate the perilous journey through the underworld and achieve eternal life. Think of the Book of the Dead as a guidebook for the afterlife. Just as a traveler might consult a guidebook to navigate a foreign country, the deceased could consult the Book of the Dead to navigate the unfamiliar terrain of the Duat. The spells and incantations provided them with the knowledge and power they needed to overcome obstacles, ward off danger, and ultimately reach their destination, the realm of eternal life. The Book of the Dead was not merely a collection of words. It was a powerful tool that could help the deceased transform themselves and achieve their ultimate goal. It was a testament to the Egyptians' belief in the power of knowledge and the importance of preparation for the afterlife. And so, as you continue to relax and let your mind wander, consider the profound significance of these funerary rituals. They were not merely a set of customs or traditions. They were a reflection of the Egyptians' deepest beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. They were a testament to their unwavering faith in the power of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest challenges. And they were a reminder that even in the face of death, there is always hope for renewal and rebirth. Now, let's turn our attention to the fascinating creatures that populated the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. These were not merely figments of the imagination. They were symbolic representations of the challenges and dangers that the deceased would face on their journey to the afterlife. From monstrous serpents to demonic guardians, the Duat was filled with creatures that sought to hinder the deceased's progress and prevent them from reaching their ultimate destination. Understanding these creatures and their symbolic significance can provide us with a deeper appreciation for the complexity and richness of Egyptian mythology. One of the most fearsome creatures of the Duat was Apep, the serpent of chaos. Apep was the embodiment of darkness and disorder, and he was constantly battling Ra, the sun god, as Ra sailed through the underworld each night. Apep's goal was to devour Ra and plunge the world into eternal darkness. The Egyptians believed that Apep was responsible for eclipses and storms, and they performed rituals to ward off his evil influence. Apep was a powerful symbol of the forces of chaos that threatened to overwhelm the world, and his defeat by Ra each night was a testament to the triumph of light over darkness. Imagine Apep as a monstrous storm cloud, constantly threatening to engulf the sun. Just as a storm can block out the sun and bring darkness and destruction, Apep sought to extinguish the light of Ra and plunge the world into chaos. The Egyptians believed that their rituals and prayers helped Ra defeat Apep each night, ensuring the return of the sun and the continuation of life. Apep was not merely a mythological creature. He was a symbol of the real-world threats that the Egyptians faced, from natural disasters to political instability. His defeat was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is always hope for renewal and rebirth. Another important creature of the Duat was Ammit, the devourer of souls. Ammit was a composite creature with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. She waited at the Hall of Ma'at, where the hearts of the deceased were weighed against the feather of truth. If the heart was heavier than the feather, indicating that the deceased had lived a life of sin and wickedness, Ammit would devour the heart, condemning the soul to eternal oblivion. Ammit was a fearsome reminder of the importance of living a righteous life and adhering to the principles of Ma'at, the Egyptian concept of truth, justice, and cosmic order. Think of Ammit as a cosmic garbage disposal, devouring all that is impure and unworthy. Just as a garbage disposal eliminates waste and keeps our environment clean, Ammit eliminated souls that were deemed unfit for the afterlife. Her presence served as a deterrent to wrongdoing and a reminder that our actions have consequences, not only in this life, but also in the next. Ammit was not merely a mythological creature. She was a symbol of the moral code that governed Egyptian society. Her role in the weighing of the heart ceremony underscored the importance of living a virtuous life and striving for balance and harmony in all aspects of existence. The Duat was also populated by a variety of demonic guardians, each tasked with protecting a specific region or portal. These guardians often took the form of monstrous animals or hybrid creatures, and they were armed with weapons to ward off intruders. The deceased had to overcome these guardians by reciting spells and offering the correct passwords or tokens. These encounters tested the deceased's knowledge, courage, and worthiness to enter the afterlife. Imagine these guardians as customs officers, carefully scrutinizing each traveler before allowing them to pass through the border. Just as customs officers require passports and visas to verify identity and ensure compliance with regulations, the guardians of the Duat required spells and passwords to verify the deceased's worthiness and knowledge. These challenges were not merely arbitrary. They were designed to weed out those who were not prepared for the afterlife and to ensure that only the most deserving souls could enter the realm of eternal life. The encounters with these guardians were a crucial part of the deceased's journey through the Duat, and their successful completion was essential for achieving resurrection and immortality. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the images of these fascinating creatures fill your mind. They are not merely monsters to be feared. They're symbolic representations of the challenges and opportunities that await us on our own journeys through life. Remember the lessons of Ra's battle against Apep: courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of light to overcome darkness. Remember the importance of living a righteous life, as symbolized by Amit's role in the weighing of the heart ceremony. And remember the need to be prepared for the challenges that lie ahead, as demonstrated by the encounters with the demonic guardians of the Duat. Now, let us consider the profound significance of the sun god, Ra's nightly journey through the Duat. This epic voyage was not merely a mythological tale. It was a symbolic representation of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Ra's journey through the underworld each night was a metaphor for the human experience, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for renewal and resurrection. Understanding the details of Ra's journey can provide us with a deeper appreciation for the Egyptians' profound understanding of the human condition. Each evening, as the sun set on the horizon, Ra would embark on his perilous journey through the Duat, sailing in his solar bark, accompanied by a crew of gods and goddesses who helped him navigate the treacherous waters of the underworld. The Duat was a dark and dangerous realm, filled with monsters, demons, and other hostile forces that sought to prevent Ra from completing his journey and bringing the sun back to the world. Ra had to overcome these obstacles through his strength, his knowledge, and his unwavering faith in his own divine power. Imagine Ra's solar bark as a ship navigating a stormy sea. Just as a ship needs a skilled captain and a strong crew to weather the storm, Ra needed the help of his fellow gods and goddesses to navigate the treacherous waters of the Duat. The monsters and demons of the underworld represented the challenges and temptations that we face in our own lives, and Ra's ability to overcome them was a testament to the power of human resilience and the importance of staying true to our goals. Ra's journey was not merely a physical one. It was a spiritual journey, a quest for enlightenment and self-discovery. As Ra sailed through the Duat, he encountered a series of trials and tribulations. He had to battle Apep, the serpent of chaos, who sought to devour him and plunge the world into eternal darkness. He had to navigate treacherous waterways, filled with dangerous creatures and hidden obstacles. and he had to pass through guarded portals, where he was challenged to prove his worthiness to continue his journey. Through it all, R.A. remained steadfast and determined, never losing sight of his ultimate goal, to bring the sun back to the world and restore light and order to the cosmos. Think of these trials as tests of character, designed to reveal Ra's true nature and his worthiness to be the sun god. Just as we are tested in our own lives by challenges and setbacks, R.A. was tested by the trials of the Duat. His ability to overcome these challenges demonstrated his strength, his courage, and his unwavering commitment to his divine purpose. Ra's journey was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we can overcome obstacles and achieve our goals if we remain true to ourselves and never give up on our dreams. After successfully navigating the Duat, R.A. would emerge triumphant on the eastern horizon each morning, bringing the sun back to the world and ushering in a new day. This triumphant return symbolized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and it gave the Egyptians hope for their own resurrection in the afterlife. Ra's journey was a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always the possibility of renewal and rebirth. Imagine Ra's sunrise as a symbol of hope and new beginnings. Just as the sun rises each morning, bringing light and warmth to the world, we can rise from our own challenges and setbacks, emerging stronger and more resilient than before. Ra's journey was a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and achieve greatness. It was a reminder that even in the face of death, there is always the possibility of resurrection and eternal life. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the image of Ra's triumphant return fill your mind. Let it remind you that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope for renewal and rebirth. Let it inspire you to face your own challenges with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your own potential. Now, let's turn our attention to the concept of Ma'at, the Egyptian principle of truth, justice, and cosmic order. Ma'at was not merely an abstract idea. It was a fundamental principle that governed every aspect of Egyptian society, from the pharaoh's rule to the daily lives of ordinary citizens. Understanding Ma'at is essential for understanding the values and beliefs that shaped ancient Egyptian civilization. Ma'at was personified as a goddess, often depicted with a feather on her head. This feather was used in the weighing of the heart ceremony, where the heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Ma'at to determine whether they were worthy of entering the afterlife. If the heart was lighter than the feather, it meant that the deceased had lived a life in accordance with Ma'at, and they were granted access to eternal life. If the heart was heavier than the feather, it meant that the deceased had lived a life of sin and wickedness, and their soul was condemned to oblivion. Imagine Ma'at as a cosmic scale, measuring the balance and harmony of the universe. Just as a scale ensures that both sides are equal and balanced, Ma'at ensured that all aspects of Egyptian society were in harmony with the natural order. The pharaoh was responsible for upholding Ma'at, and he was expected to rule with justice and fairness, ensuring the well-being of his people and maintaining the stability of the kingdom. The priests were responsible for performing rituals that honored Ma'at and maintained the cosmic balance. And ordinary citizens were expected to live their lives in accordance with Ma'at, respecting the laws and customs of society and treating others with kindness and compassion. Ma'at encompassed a wide range of values and principles, including truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, and reciprocity. The Egyptians believed that these values were essential for maintaining the stability of society and ensuring the well-being of the individual. They believed that by living in accordance with Ma'at, they could create a harmonious and prosperous society, both in this life and in the afterlife. Think of Ma'at as a set of guiding principles, like the 10 Commandments or the Golden Rule. Just as these principles provide a framework for moral behavior, Ma'at provided a framework for ethical conduct in ancient Egypt. By following the principles of Ma'at, the Egyptians believed that they could live a fulfilling and meaningful life, contributing to the well-being of society and earning their place in the afterlife. The concept of Ma'at had a profound influence on Egyptian art, literature, and architecture. Egyptian art often depicted scenes of balance and harmony, reflecting the Egyptians' belief in the importance of maintaining cosmic order. Egyptian literature often emphasized the importance of truth, justice, and compassion. And Egyptian architecture was designed to reflect the principles of Ma'at, with temples and pyramids built in perfect alignment with the cardinal directions and the movements of the stars. Imagine Egyptian temples as physical embodiments of Ma'at, designed to reflect the principles of harmony and balance. Just as a well-designed building is aesthetically pleasing and structurally sound, Egyptian temples were designed to be both beautiful and functional, reflecting the Egyptians' belief in the importance of both form and function. The precise alignment of the temples with the cardinal directions and the movements of the stars was a testament to the Egyptians' understanding of astronomy and their belief in the interconnectedness of all things. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the concept of Ma'at fill your mind. Let it remind you of the importance of truth, justice, and balance in your own life. Let it inspire you to live a life that is in harmony with a natural order, contributing to the well-being of society and earning your place in the cosmos. Now, let's explore the role of dreams in ancient Egyptian society. The Egyptians believed that dreams were a window into the divine realm, a way for the gods to communicate with mortals. They took dreams very seriously, and they often consulted with dream interpreters to understand the meaning of their dreams. Understanding the Egyptians' beliefs about dreams can provide us with a deeper appreciation for their spiritual and psychological understanding of a human mind. The Egyptians believed that dreams could be prophetic, warning of future events, or offering guidance on important decisions. They also believed that dreams could be therapeutic, helping to heal emotional wounds and resolve inner conflicts. Dream interpreters were highly respected members of society, and they were often consulted by pharaohs and nobles for their wisdom and insight. Imagine dream interpreters as ancient therapists, helping people to understand their subconscious thoughts and emotions. Just as modern therapists use techniques like talk therapy and dream analysis to help patients resolve their problems, ancient Egyptian dream interpreters used their knowledge of symbolism and mythology to help people understand the meaning of their dreams. They believed that dreams could reveal hidden truths about the self and the world, and they used their skills to help people unlock these truths. The Egyptians kept detailed records of their dreams and their interpretations. These records provide us with valuable insights into their beliefs about the nature of dreams and their role in human life. They believed that dreams could be influenced by a variety of factors, including the time of day, the phase of the moon, and the individual's emotional state. Think of these dream records as ancient case studies, providing us with a glimpse into the inner lives of the Egyptians. Just as modern researchers use case studies to understand complex phenomena, we can use these ancient dream records to understand the Egyptians' beliefs about the nature of consciousness and the power of the human mind. These records reveal that the Egyptians were deeply interested in the workings of the human mind, and that they believed that dreams could provide valuable insights into our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The Egyptians also believed that dreams could be used to communicate with the deceased. They believed that the souls of the dead could visit the living in their dreams, offering guidance, comfort, or warnings. This belief led to the practice of dream incubation, where people would sleep in temples or tombs in order to receive messages from the gods or the deceased. Imagine dream incubation as a form of spiritual communion, allowing people to connect with the divine realm and receive guidance from beyond. Just as people today may meditate or pray in order to connect with their higher selves or with a higher power, the Egyptians used dream incubation to connect with the gods and the deceased. They believed that dreams could provide a bridge between the living and the dead, allowing for communication and connection across the boundaries of mortality. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the Egyptians' beliefs about dreams fill your mind. Let it remind you of the power of the human mind to create and interpret dreams. Let it inspire you to pay attention to your own dreams and to seek out their meaning. And let it give you hope that even in the darkness of night, there is always the possibility of receiving guidance and inspiration from the divine realm. Now, let's consider the concept of magic in ancient Egypt. Magic was an integral part of Egyptian life, permeating every aspect of their culture, from religion and medicine to art and literature. The Egyptians believed that magic could be used to influence the world around them, to heal the sick, to protect themselves from harm, and to ensure their passage into the afterlife. Understanding the Egyptians' beliefs about magic can provide us with a deeper appreciation for their worldview and their understanding of the relationship between the human and the divine. The Egyptians believed that magic was a force that permeated the entire universe, a force that could be harnessed by those who possessed the knowledge and skill to do so. They believed that the gods possessed immense magical power, and that they could use this power to create and maintain the world. Humans, too, could access this power, but only through the use of specific rituals, spells, and incantations. Imagine magic as a kind of energy, like electricity or magnetism, that could be harnessed and used for various purposes. Just as we use electricity to power our homes and businesses, the Egyptians used magic to influence the world around them. They believed that magic could be used for both good and evil, and that it was important to use it responsibly and ethically. The Egyptians developed a complex system of magic, with specific spells and rituals for every conceivable purpose. They had spells to heal the sick, to protect themselves from wild animals, to ensure a good harvest, to win the love of another person, and to curse their enemies. These spells often involve the use of amulets, charms, and other magical objects, which were believed to possess inherent power. Think of these spells as ancient recipes, providing step-by-step instructions for achieving a desired outcome. Just as a chef follows a recipe to create a delicious meal, the Egyptians followed specific spells to achieve their magical goals. They believed that the words of the spells were imbued with power, and that the correct pronunciation and intonation were essential for achieving the desired result. The priests played a crucial role in Egyptian magic. They were the keepers of the sacred knowledge and the practitioners of the most powerful spells. They performed rituals in the temples to honor the gods and to maintain the cosmic balance. They also used their magical skills to heal the sick, to protect the pharaoh, and to ensure the prosperity of the kingdom. Imagine the priests as ancient scientists, studying the laws of nature and using their knowledge to manipulate the world around them. Just as modern scientists use the scientific method to understand the workings of the universe, the Egyptian priests used their magical knowledge to understand and influence the forces of nature. They believed that magic was a form of science, and that it could be used to improve the lives of humans and to maintain the harmony of the cosmos. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the Egyptians' beliefs about magic fill your mind. Let it remind you of the power of belief and intention to shape our reality. Let it inspire you to explore the mysteries of the universe and to seek out the hidden potential within yourself. And let it give you hope that even in the face of adversity, there is always the possibility of using our inner resources to create a better world. Now, let's turn our attention to the fascinating world of Egyptian art and architecture. Egyptian art and architecture are renowned for their grandeur, their symbolism, and their enduring beauty. They provide us with valuable insights into the beliefs, values, and worldview of the ancient Egyptians. Understanding the principles of Egyptian art and architecture can enhance our appreciation for this remarkable civilization. Egyptian art was deeply intertwined with religion and the afterlife. Many of the most famous works of Egyptian art, such as the paintings and carvings in the tombs of the pharaohs, were created to ensure the deceased's successful passage into the afterlife. These works often depicted scenes from the deceased's life, religious rituals, and the journey through the Duat. Imagine Egyptian art as a form of visual storytelling, conveying complex religious and cultural ideas through images and symbols. Just as writers use words to tell stories, Egyptian artists used images to communicate their beliefs and values. They believed that these images had magical power and that they could help the deceased to overcome the challenges of the afterlife. Egyptian architecture was equally impressive. The Egyptians were master builders, constructing massive temples, pyramids, and other monuments that have stood for thousands of years. These structures were designed to honor the gods, to commemorate the pharaohs, and to serve as symbols of Egyptian power and permanence. Think of Egyptian architecture as a form of frozen music, expressing the Egyptians' sense of harmony, balance, and order. Just as musicians use notes and rhythms to create beautiful melodies, Egyptian architects used stone and geometry to create magnificent structures. They believed that these structures should be both functional and aesthetically pleasing, reflecting the Egyptians' belief in the importance of both form and function. Egyptian art and architecture were characterized by a number of distinctive features. Egyptian artists used a stylized and symbolic approach, depicting figures in a formal and idealized manner. They also used a limited range of colors, often relying on red, blue, green, and yellow. Egyptian architects favored massive scale, geometric shapes, and symmetrical designs. Imagine Egyptian art and architecture as a unique language, with its own grammar and vocabulary. Just as we learn the rules of a language in order to understand its meaning, we can learn the principles of Egyptian art and architecture in order to appreciate their beauty and significance. By understanding the symbols, colors, and shapes used by Egyptian artists and architects, we can gain a deeper understanding of their worldview and their cultural values. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the images of Egyptian art and architecture fill your mind. Let them remind you of the power of human creativity to express profound ideas and to create enduring works of beauty. Let them inspire you to appreciate the artistic and architectural achievements of different cultures throughout history. And let them give you hope that even in the face of impermanence, there is always the possibility of creating something that will last for generations to come. Now, let's consider the legacy of ancient Egypt and its enduring influence on the world. The civilization of ancient Egypt flourished for thousands of years, leaving behind a rich and diverse legacy that continues to inspire and fascinate us today. From its art and architecture to its religion and science, ancient Egypt has had a profound impact on Western civilization and on the world as a whole. The Egyptians were pioneers in many fields, including mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and engineering. They developed a sophisticated system of mathematics that allowed them to calculate the area of land, to build pyramids and temples, and to track the movements of the stars. They were skilled astronomers, creating accurate calendars and charting the constellations. They were also advanced physicians, performing surgeries, prescribing medications, and developing a detailed understanding of the human body. Imagine the ancient Egyptians as the inventors of many of the tools and technologies that we use today. Just as modern scientists and engineers build upon the discoveries of the past, we continue to benefit from the innovations of the ancient Egyptians. Their contributions to mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and engineering have laid the foundation for many of the advancements that we take for granted today. Egyptian art and architecture have also had a profound influence on Western culture. The pyramids of Egypt have inspired awe and wonder for centuries, and they have served as models for buildings around the world. Egyptian art has influenced countless artists, from the ancient Greeks and Romans to modern painters and sculptors. Think of Egyptian art and architecture as a source of inspiration for artists and architects throughout history. Just as musicians draw inspiration from the works of the great composers, artists and architects have drawn inspiration from the beauty and grandeur of ancient Egyptian art and architecture. The timeless appeal of Egyptian art and architecture is a testament to the genius and creativity of the ancient Egyptians. Egyptian religion and mythology have also had a lasting impact on Western culture. The Egyptian pantheon of gods and goddesses has inspired countless works of literature, art, and music. The Egyptian belief in the afterlife has shaped our understanding of death and immortality. And the Egyptian concept of Ma'at, the principle of truth, justice, and cosmic order, has influenced our ethical and moral values. Imagine Egyptian religion and mythology as a rich tapestry of stories and symbols that have resonated with people for thousands of years. Just as myths and legends from other cultures have shaped our understanding of the human condition, Egyptian mythology has provided us with valuable insights into the nature of reality, the meaning of life, and the power of the human spirit. And so, as you continue to drift deeper into sleep, let the legacy of ancient Egypt fill your mind. Let it remind you of the power of human ingenuity, creativity, and spirituality to shape the world around us. Let it inspire you to learn from the past and to build a better future. And let it give you hope that even long after we are gone, our contributions to the world will continue to inspire and to uplift future generations. As the night deepens and your consciousness fades, consider the sheer scale of time that separates us from the ancient Egyptians. Thousands of years have passed since their civilization flourished, yet their influence remains palpable in our art, our architecture, our language, and our ideas. This enduring legacy is a testament to the power of human creativity and the enduring nature of the human spirit. Think of the passage of time as a vast ocean, with the ancient Egyptians as a distant shore. Just as sailors navigate the ocean using stars and constellations, we can navigate the passage of time by studying the remnants of past civilizations. By learning about the ancient Egyptians, we can gain a better understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. The ancient Egyptians faced many of the same challenges that we face today: war, disease, poverty, and environmental degradation. Yet they also achieved remarkable feats of engineering, art, and intellectual innovation. By studying their successes and failures, we can learn valuable lessons about how to build a more sustainable and equitable future. Imagine the ancient Egyptians as our ancestors, sharing a common human heritage. Just as we learn from our parents and grandparents, we can learn from the ancient Egyptians and other past civilizations. By understanding their struggles and triumphs, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the human journey and our shared responsibility to create a better world for future generations. The study of ancient Egypt is not merely an academic exercise. It is a journey of self-discovery. By exploring the beliefs, values, and achievements of the ancient Egyptians, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own beliefs, values, and potential. The legacy of ancient Egypt is a gift that we can all share, a gift that can enrich our lives and inspire us to make a positive difference in the world. And so, as you surrender to sleep, let the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians guide your dreams. Let their stories inspire you to embrace your own potential and to live a life filled with purpose, meaning, and joy. Let the gentle rocking of the night boat carry you safely through the Duat, and may the stars of the Egyptian sky watch over you until the dawn. Remember the cyclical nature of existence, the eternal dance of light and darkness, of life and death. Just as Ra is reborn each morning, so too can we find renewal and hope even in the face of adversity. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are opportunities for growth and transformation. Imagine yourself standing on the banks of the Nile, feeling the cool breeze on your face and hearing the gentle lapping of the water against the shore. Feel the connection to the ancient past, to the generations of Egyptians who lived and died along this life-giving river. Know that you are part of a long and unbroken chain, a chain that stretches back to the dawn of civilization. Let the spirit of ancient Egypt fill you with a sense of wonder and awe. Marvel at the ingenuity and creativity of the human spirit, and be inspired to create your own legacy, a legacy that will inspire and uplift future generations. And now, as you finally drift off to sleep, let go of all your worries and anxieties. Release the tensions of the day and allow yourself to be carried away by the gentle currents of your subconscious. Know that you are safe and secure, and that you are surrounded by love and support. Sleep peacefully and dream of the wonders of ancient Egypt. May your dreams be filled with images of majestic pyramids, powerful pharaohs, and wise gods and goddesses. And may you wake up feeling refreshed, renewed, and ready to face the challenges of the day with courage, compassion, and unwavering hope. Sweet dreams.